Welcome back to Off Track on the Road. I'm Dave Neal, and in this episode, finally, we get to ride the Triumph Rocket 3R. What an incredible piece of kit. It is an amazing motorcycle. In this episode, it's the first ride out on it from its home in Cliviger, just down to Hollingworth Lake through Todmorden. They're normal A roads, they're busy, they're urban, but it was the first ride out on it. There was a little bit of trepidation, I can't lie, because she's a beautiful, beautiful big machine, and it's something that I've not really ridden in the whole time I've had a bike license. So there was a bit of trepidation, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a massive surprise. So let's find out just exactly what I thought. Welcome to the first ride on the, oh hang on. Welcome to the first ride on the Triumph Rocket 3R. Well, I've done a couple of miles on it so far, just bringing it away from its sleeping place, and this is the first ever ride on the Rocket 3R. It's well, first impressions are it is a comfortable ride. There's no doubt about it. It's I had a bit of trepidation, that's for sure. I really wasn't 100% sure about it, and because of my inexperience more than anything, because I haven't ridden for 18 years, as you know, although only being back on the road for the last few weeks, it's been a bit the bikes have been very different. Those adventure bikes, the Tiger 900 GT Pro and the 1200 Rally Pro are fantastic machines, but this is a completely different proposition. 2.5 litre, 180 plus brake horsepower, deserves to be treated with respect, and over 200 Newton meters of torque, if I remember right. It's in rain mode, I can't deny it, it's in rain mode, just for my own peace of mind really, just while we have a little ride out from where the bike lives out to Hollingworth Lake, if you can hear me okay over the wind. So it's just little windy roads, this one. It's not the little back roads or the way up to Settle that we've done before, or that road that goes down from Aysgarth to Skipton. The roads are horrendous as always, but they're dry. That's something that's important today. It's a lovely feeling bike, there's no two ways about it, but once out and running, they feel just wonderful. You know you're on a solid machine, no question, and it deserves to be treated with the respect that it should be, and it is. I've never ridden anything like it before in my life. It's tremendous. Let's just that mirror up a little bit, that's better. Let's say very different to the bikes that we've ridden so far, but the throttle goes backwards as well as forwards, doesn't it? And that's the bit to remember. 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds under controlled in a controlled environment. Not with me on board, it's not. Absolutely no chance. And even general overtaking, I'm just going to be a little bit more wary of. I think there's nothing coming, so we can have a wander around this. And there we are. I'm in no rush to be anywhere. That's the good thing. Hopefully the noise isn't too bad on the microphone. As we go into the valley, the roads are a little bit damp, so I'll be still just taking it steady. I mean, it's a beautiful part of the world. We're running down from Cliviger towards Todmorden, and then we'll go to Hollingworth Lake. But this was the first ride, so it was important to get this one done and dusted. and to get you guys associated with it. As always, a massive thank you to my moto in Manchester, to Phil and the team as we cross from Lancashire into Yorkshire. Portsmouth, that didn't take long. Not quite the one on the south coast as we head over the border into West Yorkshire and Calderdale. Oh, here we go. That's it. And away. Dirty gets. Honestly. Well, that's why I wanted to come out this way today, because it's certainly an easier ride to get used to. I came this way actually on the Rally Pro. When I first brought that out, the 1200 Rally Pro, it was just somewhere easy to get used to the bike, and I mean it's still quite manoeuvrable. It's, you know, it's not a difficult bike to ride in any way, shape or form. And I think we're staying out today on the roads it's certainly more designed for, rather than the sniggles through the dales. Certainly with my capability at the minute, I'm quite happy just pottering along. You can feel a lot more of the bumps on this, you're a lot lower down, but it feels great. I might get one or two looks as we go through various places and people not seen the Rocket 3R before. Crocuses. Spring is a coming. Ah, okay. Because you have to. Nice to get some heat in the tyres at some point. I don't think we will today particularly. There should be a few bikes out and about. Be a few more tomorrow, but we've got things to do tomorrow. You don't get much sunshine down in this part of the world in the autumn and the winter. Down deep in the valley. Where are you looking forward to getting out to? Where is your ride of choice over the spring and the summer? Where's your cafe of choice? Where's your bike meet of choice? Let us know. Whenever we get a chance, especially in the north of England, we'll come up and join you. It would be a pleasure to get to know some of you and get to understand what's going on in the biking world. Been out of the loop for so long, but love being back in it. I hope this channel is going to bring you something half decent. I don't know what episode we're on now, because we're recording all these before we put them out. So, you know, let me know. I don't really know what to expect from the channel. What do you expect from the channel? What do you want us to do? You might know what we do on the Off Track the Motorcycle Racing podcast channel, when we're interviewing riders and everything, riders and team mechanics and crew chiefs and the such like. It's our favourite little channel. Give it a search for Off Track Podcast on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts from. But this one is something a bit different. A little bit of sponsorship from Grilla, the energy drink people. As you'll see a bit more of them as the season opens up for the motorcycle racing. A little bit of a connection there with the company that I work for. Blue skies and sunshine. First time on a motorbike this year with blue skies and sunshine. Can you Adam and Eve it? By God, it feels good. It's such a refreshing change for the rain that we've had. Like I said, Triumph have been kind enough to send me the Rocket 3R, and I've had it it'll be 2 weeks on Monday, and this is the first time I've been out on it because it's rained every single day since, which is just about typical really. But now we've got a bit of sunshine, so it's nice to be out and about. Now I can relax a bit. like I said, there was some trepidation in bringing the bike out, so it's actually dead easy to ride, and I'm absolutely delighted with it. And it looks the absolute dogs. It just wants to pull all the time. That's the thing with the bike. It just wants to pull and pull and pull. Every gear, it will just keep going. It's not a handful though. So my own pre-ideas of it were that it was going to be, mainly through my own inexperience really, that it was going to be quite difficult to ride and a bit of a handful, and it really isn't. It's an absolute joy. It's not as big as you think to sit on. You know, it's basically an engine with, it's a 2.5 litre engine with 2 wheels and a set of handlebars and a few electronics. But it's so refined, it's so smooth and super comfortable. Even at the low speeds where you think it might be a bit more difficult, it's actually absolutely spot on. A bit busy, a bit further. I missed the hand guards and I missed the heated grips. the heated grips on the GT Pro and the Rally Pro were very useful at this time of year. We haven't got them on this. It's more of a summer bike, but it's very lovely. Still got the different modes. You've still got rain mode, sport mode, rider configurable, rider mode, sport mode. As I said, I'm quite happy in rain mode. It softens the power off really well, and just the delivery is a lot smoother. So for my standard, I'm happy with this. I rode the other two in rain mode as well. We'll be bringing you some great content coming up over the coming months as the weather improves more and more. We'll be doing some ride outs with Phil at My Moto, both Phils quite possibly. Certainly Phil Dranfield. He was out the other day on the Royal Enfield 400, but unfortunately we had a prior engagement that we couldn't get out to, so you can catch what Phil's been doing at My Moto and the rides that he's been on. There's some great edits, some great little articles on their My Moto YouTube website, so search for My Moto Manchester and their YouTube channel will come up. There's some great pieces on there. Phil's doing a great job of building the My Moto brand, which My Moto was the D store. It was originally the D store in Manchester, so if you know where that is, that's now My Moto. Get yourself out there. They've got a great range of RST and Dainese, Arai, Bell, plenty on show. And they actually got one thing that is quite cool. They've got a mock-up of a race bike, like a 3D printed cutout of a race bike. So when you buy your leathers, you can actually sit on a sports bike silhouette to make sure that they fit good. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, that's the boys at My Moto, boys and girls at My Moto. I'm looking forward to doing some work with them over the coming months. The 2024 Rocket 3R and the Rocket 3 GT are due out soon, actually. We did the features and benefits video for those back in September. It was originally due out in mid-December. They pushed it back to mid-February, but it hasn't quite arrived yet. So the presenting job for that was really entertaining, something I'd never done before, talking to an auto cue, filmed down in Cheltenham, at a beautiful place in Cheltenham, proper studio, with the crew from Triumph Motorcycles UK. Sadly, on the same day that Paul Bird passed away, back in the 1st of September. Very sad day for motorcycle racing. But as the eminent MotoGP journalist Matt Oxley said, he certainly didn't die wondering. we've got some good news on the other channel coming up. If it's not out already by the time this comes out, we had the chance to chat with Jordan and Frank Bird Jr. at their new HQ at Frank Raffles. The new Triumph Rocket 3R and the Rocket 3 GT should be out soon. I was lucky enough to do the features and benefits video for the new machine back in September, but I'm not sure when the exact launch date is for the 2024 model. This is a 23 model that we're riding now, the 23 with the chrome variety, which is just absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. They come in all sorts of different. You can find them on the website. You can spec your bike on the Triumph website. So head over to, just search for Triumph motorcycles and you'll be able to spec your bike on there. But it was the same day that Paul Bird passed away, which was really sad for the whole motorcycle racing community, not least his family and the team. On the other channel, on the Off Track, the motorcycle racing podcast, we've got a chat with Jordan and Frank Bird that we did at Frank Raffles' place at Garstang, where the team have now moved to from Penrith. And also we sat down with Glenn Irwin at Ducati Preston on their open day. As I film this now, that's in a couple of weeks, but as you watch it now, it was probably a couple of weeks ago. That's going to be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to that. So if we did manage to do it, it will be on the website. So head over to Off Track Podcast, search for Off Track Podcast on YouTube and any audio platforms that you use, and take a look at what they had to say, along with interviews with Charlie Hiscott and James Hayden and Tim and Tom Neve, Mark Marquez's crew chief Frankie Carchady. That's a fascinating chat about the world of MotoGP. That's enough self-plugging. But this, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of kit. Absolutely glorious. That power delivery is so smooth. That's incredible. It's not snatchy in any way, shape or form. It doesn't feel that you're always chasing it. It feels absolutely wonderful. It's we're getting a lot of wonderful looks on the bike. That's nice. You don't see too many of these. You don't get many of these to the pound, that's for sure. And that is Hollingworth Lake. We have arrived.